It's knocked on. No advantage now as Saylor, like Takiri before him, leaves his post on the wing to come inside, looking for work.
Smashed through Tyndall there.
And there's Jeremy Paul trying to do a bit of smashing himself and then rolling on the floor. He wasn't held. Gregan, Flatley to War, and then Flatley again, and Gitto.
Time, White. Last feet, no, stay.
Here's Gregan finding Gitto. And that's what he can do. Beautiful play from Gitto. Inside it goes. It's Jeremy Paul with the line beckoning.
Try two.
And that is why England feared Australia and that man Gitto.
Wonderful try. You miss a first-line tackle and Australia will hurt you. They have the patience there. They kept the face play well, but Matt Gitto, that's absolutely magical. Joe Lydon said he was scared of Gitto on the gain line, right on the gain line over it, and the inside ball is beautiful. But he got right up in the face of the England defence, and then he found the turbo charge to go past Joe Worsley, and then the vision, the awareness, and the execution. That is a beautiful touch from Matt Gitto. Lydon said he's the guy England fear. You now know why. Wonderful stuff from the Australian 12.
Jeremy Paul, 2 tries in Brisbane when he came on as a replacement, and look at the joy on his face as now he scores at Twickenham. Well finished by the hooker, beautifully created by Matt Gitto. Can Australia make it 7-0? Flatley will take his time. And that's why.
Get the ball this side of your white line.
Hodgson restarts. England have been threatening and played David Lyons to catch. And then Flatley finds his touch. But thus far, England haven't been able to get any points on the board. And Australia, when they got their chance, they took it. But how wonderfully created, as we say.
Talk about the game line. Gitto here has to get wide into that space. You have to have the acceleration. Watch him go. Joe Worsley is the man to make the tackle, and he is blown away by speed. And then the sleight of hand inside to Jeremy Paul is quite wonderful. That is a glorious piece of rugby from Matt Gitto.
Another player who made his debut here, the year 2002. And Joe Lydon was saying in the week that 1 or 2 sideways glances when Gitto ran onto the field that day. Everybody thought, is this guy old enough for international rugby? Well, you can see why. Even from a very young age, this Australian centre has been identified as one of the rising stars in the Union game. Hodgson to Paul. Now can England strike back? Tyndall leads that charge. Gummersill again, and there's Corrie. Looks up and finds Flatley taking that ball instead of a supporting England man. And here's Saylor now, and Lewis Moody gets across to make a good tackle there. Regan. Flatley to Gitto. Goes low with that kick, trying to thread it through the gap, but Hodgson has read this one. Little chip over the top of Takiri. Now Hodgson might get this. Well, no, the bounce wasn't right for him.
13 white, never a tidy outside
and
the
England
10.
were offside in the shape of Henry Paul.
Stayed inside the 10, you never a tidy out, then came back in. Penalty here or scrum back?
Gitto taking his time getting up, clattered there. It's a loose piece of play from Henry Paul, loose piece of play from Arden Corrie. Initially, he crosses the gain line superbly, but Andy Robinson will not be impressed with that offload there. It was a 50-50 ball, it was never on, and that could have been very dangerous because Australia will hurt you on turnover.
Offside, beautiful play from the kick.
More than 50% of that man's caps have been as a replacement. He's just delighted to be a starter now and getting a run in this England team with points to prove.
Well, Martin, if there's one country that won't underestimate Martin Corrie, it's Australia, because he went as a bit part man with the Lions in 2001 and was quite magnificent for them in the Test series when he played.
Numbers white, they're all in.
So here's the try scorer, Jeremy Paul.
Play.
Good contest at the line-out. Borthwick was trying to get in there, retrieved by Harrison, given to Gregan, then Smith, Wall on his shoulder.
Off 7.
A couple of dogs, those two in the back row. Best of breed as well. Gregan. There's Gitto again. And there's Wendell Saylor, who in the warm-up was giving everything. Plenty of perspiration then. He's ready for this battle, and So is George Smith, and he's lost that one. And England will put into this scrum halfway through this first half.
Yeah, I must say, in the warm-up, talked about Sale, I was watching him in particular, because sometimes just doesn't seem to be up for it, but he really was in the warm-up, and he is here. Charlie Hodgson beaten there. He's run over Mike Tyndall as well. And he's got a real willingness for work today. Lottie Takiri on the other side. It'll be hard afternoon work for England. They'll want the forward to take control here.
Use it.
Corey controlling with his feet and then trying to run into Flatley. Supported by Lewis Moody. Should be England ball, it is. Picked up by Thompson, but that was a bit static from Thompson. Not his usual bullishness. Decided to take the tackle. England still have the ball, though. Tyndall. Cueto. Little show for the kick. They can't get away from Takiri. What a battle that is emerging between those two. Now, Josh Lucy.
Oh, George Smith, that's brilliant play.
Leave it 12.
Perfect example of Smith in the tackle with the turnover. The strength of the man, something to behold. And Jeremy Paul back to Gregan, to Gitto again. Lyons.
Release 8.
It's there.
Play on, ruck's over.
The referee said that Gomersall was okay to come in. Ball had come out, the ruck was over. This is Robinson. Through the space he goes. Jason Robinson.
Hands off.
And once again, the crowd go mad when the England captain gets the ball in broken play. Gomersall to Paul to Thompson.
Right there, goals.
Gomersall looking all around. The linkage man, the scrum half, finding the number 8, Corrie. Gomersall links once more. Dangerously close to forward there to Worsley, but Julian White takes it off Worsley. One of the Australian players seemed to fall awkwardly there. Here's Borthwick.
Right time, goal, leave it. Backwards, play on.
Hodgson to Lucy.
So much of the game is being played right on the defensive lines. Very thrilling stuff.
Roundtree and Gomersall combining. Now it's Henry Paul, and this is Mike Tyndall. Encouraged to go wide, but there was only Cueto there, but that was a poor pass inside to Cueto in the end, and Mark Cueto did very well to rescue that situation. Gomersall to Roundtree. Slow retreat there from Takiri. Referees noticed it, I think.
Last feet.
Gomersall again to Corrie. Almost lost that ball, but didn't.
Right time, wait one.
Gomersall to Hodgson this time. Here comes Tyndall. And Thompson and Hodgson goes himself over the top of the chip. Latham pushed across the fullback, but sliding in and doing well. Hodgson with the tackle. Lucy was trying to arrive.
Get off 5.
But it was just the 2 English players. Again, the ball is out. England trying to drive over the top of that, as they can do.
8 White, straight from the side.
But in at the side against Martin Corrie. Well, that was the call against number 8, White. I'm not sure it was Corrie.
No, I think Martin Corrie is about 50 metres away. Thrilling stuff again. Superb defensive play from Chris Latham. Will Greenwood about to come on for Henry Paul.
It was Prince Charlie last weekend, wasn't it? And Charlie Hodgson's 27 points. Martin Corrie was injured. It wasn't Corrie who was offside. I wonder who was. Worked that one out. Thought the ball was out. England were just driving over the top. The referee saying somebody coming in at the side. And he was on the spot and he made the call. This is the turnover by George Smith.
This was just absolutely magnificent play. It's not just the strength, is it? It's the vision, the speed with which he sees it, the technique. He's right up there with Richie McCaw, isn't he, as one of the best flankers in world rugby.
England making that change in the centre. Henry Paul is coming off, and Will Greenwood is going on to win his 55th cap. And remember when we mentioned that Australian player on the far side falling awkwardly in a tackle situation, it was Elton Flatley, and he's had to hobble off now.
Okay, time on, Malcolm.
And that means Matt Rogers has come onto the field. Gitto has gone into fly half, with Rogers into centre, and here off his wing is Wendell Saylor.
Turanui steps into inside, doesn't he, and then Rogers outside centre.
Australia have been contemplating playing Rogers in that outside centre role, although Eddie Jones said this week he's more a fullback than anything else, but he's in to outside centre now. What a pick-up from Gitto, all through! He is turning on a stylish display here, Matt Gitto. Latham to Lyons, and Turanui. It'll show the ball, but he couldn't locate Saylor in the end. It's a breathless first half. And we're hearing from the bench, the England bench, that the change has been made tactically. Greenwood for Paul, bringing Stewart on that in a second, but this is Giteau picking up off the floor and making what is very difficult look ridiculously easy.
He's born with a gift, isn't he, Matt Giteau? Such acceleration and plenty of strength as well. As for the Henry Paul thing, I just think England are in a heck of a battle here, and I think defensively as much as anything they're going to want Greenwood on there, because Australia are finding more space in 25 minutes than the...
Take your point about the kicking game, that's in open play, of course, but also remember Giteau, a highly effective goal kicker, so a natural replacement there. And then that big number 8 Lions showing his strength again. Turanui wanting to seize this opening in the side, came out to play in the A International against France.
Roll out 5.
And played in that, and now part of the full test side. Injuries opening the door with Sterling Mortlock going off the field at Hampden last week. Here's Giteau in the fly half role. Turanui.
Hands off wide, tackler.
Gregan again. Giteau, and here's El Baxter.
Hands off wide 3. Leave it.
Gregan, real zip to his play again today, and here's Latham and Takiri. The alarm bells ring every time this man gets the ball. Lote Takiri, 15 tries in 25 internationals before today.
4 goals, 4 white. 4 goals, 4 white.
George Gregan's moving the point of attack very well too as well.
Don't mention walking the plank, though.
Don't creep, White. Oh.
Reference, of course, to Austin Healy's well-chosen remarks in the run-up to the Lions test back in 2001. And Harrison had the last laugh, didn't he? And he's part of this line out here, and effective it is too, as Australia set up that ball in midfield and drive. And here's Gregan, and here's Giteau, and here's Latham, and here's trouble for England. It's Latham.